Welcome. Today, I'll be rating the top 10 drivers who I think will score the most points within the next 7 races of the 2025 Cup Series schedule. I'll also be rating the 10 drivers I think that will score the least amount of points in the next 7 races. Okay, so the next 7 races are Texas, Kansas, Charlotte, Nashville, Michigan, Mexico City, and Pocono. The next races, all pretty much the same. The only big outlier is Mexico City with a road course. But other than that, the next 3 tracks are very much similar, maybe excluding Pocono and Michigan. But even then, I think they're really close to the other mile and a halves and mile and a third in Nashville. Who are the 10 drivers that I think will score the most points? Starting off with number 10, Alex Bowman. He's been pretty good on the mile and a half this year. We saw him run really well at Miami and Las Vegas also. He ran pretty good there. Wasn't great at Las Vegas. Almost won Homestead. And I think the mile and a halves have really been Hendrick Motorsports dominated this year. So even though he's not the strongest at Hendrick, I still think he can score a good amount of points. This one might be a surprise to some people, but I don't know. I have a good feeling about this guy. This guy, I'm going based off feels, and that is Joey Logano. Yes, he has not scored a top 5 all season yet. He almost had it at Talladega, got disqualified. But I don't know. I just have a feeling that Joey Logano will be able to pick up some pace here, kind of having some calmer races, not chaotic. But yeah, I think Joey Logano is just going to kind of surprise us and run better than he has been running the past first 10 races about. So that's, I think, my one wild card out of these top 10 that I don't think a lot of people will think that he'll be running within top 10. So next driver, Bubba Wallace. Bubba's been really good on the mile and a halves, especially this year. They've been really consistent. I would not be surprised if he wins any of these upcoming races. 2311 has been historically really good at Kansas, but also they kind of sucked there last year. They weren't as strong as I think everybody was expecting. But Bubba's been really strong on the mile and a half. Led at Homestead. Was pretty good at Vegas, I'm pretty sure, if my memory serves me correct. So I just think Bubba can do pretty good. He's running pretty well, but I'm just a little bit nervous about 2311 as a whole with their speed, especially seeing how they were at Kansas last year. Reddick wasn't as strong as he was at Homestead, and we were thinking he was going to be a contender, and he wasn't really a contender at all. So there is that little bit of, there may be a mile and a half or two that they don't run great at that kind of dips him. Bubba, historically not the best road course racer, has been way better as the years have gone on, but I just don't know if I trust him at a new road course, one that I don't think he's ever been to. Number 7, Tyler Reddick. Reddick's been great with his 2311 teammate. He's been better than Bubba this year points wise, and I just think he'll be great at the mile and a half. Also, he won Michigan last year. Michigan, Pocono, very similar. Really good on road courses. I think we'll just be able to get a good amount of points. Number 6, Denny Hamlin. Denny's been pretty good on the mile and a half. It's not as strong as some other people, but it's Denny Hamlin. Rooting against him is going to be difficult. He's great at Pocono. Pretty much, I think he could score a lot of points at Pocono and be pretty good at Charlotte. He's always good at Charlotte. Kansas, he's really good at. Most of these tracks he's been good at. He was in contention last year at Texas to win. So I just think he'll be pretty good, but Denny Hamlin, I feel like, also is a driver that will make a mistake or two within a couple of these races. And historically, especially in this next-gen car, road courses, except for like one Watkins Glen race, he's been not good at road courses, so I don't believe he'll gain too many points at Mexico City unless something crazy happens. Number 5, William Byron. I just think, he's another Hendrick driver that, you know, he's just a Hendrick driver, so it's kind of difficult to not bet on a Hendrick driver to be good at mile and a halves, just with their speed. He's had pretty good speed at the mile and a halves, not as strong as he was last year, at least at this point. Texas, he was really good there in 23 last year. I don't think he was never as strong, never really in contention, at least from my memory. So I think with him it can be hit or miss at times. Like, I don't know, I just don't have a good feeling about William Byron. A lot of this isn't going off past speed. It's also going off just gut feel. I feel like a couple races, I know, I just don't feel as confident in William Byron because historically the first 8 races is his strongest in a season. He has most of his wins within the first 8 races of a season, so I just don't know these next 7 or 8 races going into the summer, especially he struggles a lot in the summer. That just kind of, that 24 team loses some mojo and then they bring it back for the playoffs. So I just don't know within this span if they'll have the raw speed that they did at the beginning of the season. Number 4, Christopher Bell. I just think Bell's been absolutely great this year. He already has 3 wins. Really the only place where I feel like he wasn't really in contention or really was not anywhere to be seen all day was Homestead, which is a mile and a half. That is a little bit concerning, just knowing we are going to a lot of mile and a halves and a lot of that. But I think that was just a fluke, really. I think he'll be really strong. He's the defending winner of the Coke 600 last year. He runs really good at the mile and a halves. Really, Joe Gibbs, Hendrick just have a chokehold on mile and a halves this year. Really, except for Vegas, where the Wood brothers won with Josh Berry. That's kind of like the one place where none of the Hendrick or Gibbs cars was fighting for the win at the end. So we'll really see if Hendrick and Gibbs can keep it. I think they can. I think Hendrick and Gibbs they've secured themselves as top dogs at these mile and a halves. Number 3, Ryan Blaney. This one is either a great pick or horrible pick because Ryan Blaney's luck this season has been abysmal. He has, I feel like, found a way to wreck, to just lose track position in every single way. He just gets caught up in everybody's mess, and if he's not getting caught up in it, it's totally just messing up his race. So, but with that, Ryan Blaney has the best long-run car of the season. He is just great on the long run. So I think like the Coke 600, he is going to be very strong there with it being such a long race, long stages. So I think the Coke 600 specifically will be a race to watch out for him with the long runs. I think if these upcoming races we get a lot of long runs, be looking for Blaney to be there at the end because his cars are just so good on the long run that I just think they'll be able to do anything. Like, he was the fastest at Vegas before getting wrecked. Darlington, he was about to win on the long run. He just knows how to get long run speed out of his car this season. So be looking for Blaney. But the biggest thing, that's why I have him up there, but also why he could be way lower is because of that. He's great on the long run. It's just really his luck. Like, if he can not get caught up in other people's stuff, he'll definitely score a lot of points. So that's why I have him at number 3. Number 2, Chase Elliott. Everyone might be thinking he hasn't been that good at mile and a half this year, but he has one thing: consistency. He doesn't wreck. He gets stage points as much as he can, and he doesn't wreck. He makes sure he finishes where he is. Like, he's not finished outside of the top 20 all season, and I think he continues that. And I think Mexico City, I think he's going to be really strong there. I think it's a road course nobody else has been to. I think that's where he can really strive with his road course abilities. Even though he hasn't won on a road course in years, he was very fast at COTA with a damaged car, started 4th. I think if he wasn't taken out by Ross Chastain, he would have won that race because he worked his way through the field. So we will really see how Chase is on road courses going back to Mexico City. He's really good at Pocono. Pocono has been a track where he's been pretty good at, especially last year, and winning in 22 without leading a lap, but he's been pretty strong there the last couple seasons. Really only has that one win. But last year, honestly, I think he had the best car. But a pit road mistake, I think, cost him the win, or at least a very strong top 3 finish. And also with Chase, he's the defending Texas winner. Also, Nashville, he's been really good there, except for his finish last year with running out of fuel. The concrete tracks have really been Chase's strong suit in this next-gen car. So be looking out for him more towards the end, more Nashville, Michigan, Mexico, and Pocono. I think that's where he will kind of shine the most. But I could see him just being consistent at all these tracks, having top 10 pace at least at all these tracks. Number 1, I think this is a no-brainer right now just because he has been lights out fast everywhere, is Kyle Larson. He's just lights out fast. It's Kyle Larson. No, if you hate him, you love him. You gotta realize he has so much pace. He can just, drive anywhere, lead anywhere. Really, I think the biggest place where I don't see him doing good is Mexico, but even then, he'll be pretty good. He wasn't great at COTA, which I think everybody was a little surprised because he's been pretty good at the road courses in the next-gen car. So really, Mexico City is the only place where I feel like he may not earn as many stage points, or may just have to fall on stage points and may not get the finish. But yeah, so I think Kyle Larson just flat-out speed. That one, don't really need to explain that much. Those are the top 10 drivers I think will score the most points. Now, we got to go to the 10 worst drivers currently on the grid, who I think is going to score no points. Number 10, Ty Dillon. Ty Dillon's honestly had a way better season than I think most of us thought. But really, he just has found a way to, when they have good finishes or looking to have a really good top 10, maybe top 5 day like at Phoenix, they just somehow choke it out. He ran out of fuel at Talladega. The speed is not the concern for them, but I just don't think, their fringe maybe get a couple stage points throughout these races. Mexico City, I think, is going to be really difficult for Ty Dillon, it being a road course. I just think he's going to struggle a lot there. Number 9, John Hunter Nemechek. Nemechek has been very surprising this season. He's surprisingly ran way better than his teammate Eric Jones. He's currently, I'm pretty sure, a couple spots better than him in the point standings. So he's been surprising, but you can't trust the legacy cars, even though I don't think he's DNF this season. They just don't have the pace that they need. We've seen more flashes from Ty Dillon this season than John Hunter. But John Hunter's also qualified great. So that may be, for some of these track position races like a Mexico City, even though he's not great on road courses, getting good track position may lead to some points earned. Number 8, this driver, I really thought he was going to have a way better season than he has been. He has lost everybody on his team, and that's Justin Haley. He's lost pit crew and Rodney Childress, his crew chief. He is just losing everybody close to him. So, and honestly, he hasn't shown pace that I thought we'd see. I think that 7 car, just there's something behind it where whoever's behind it just isn't as fast. Like that 7 car just cannot find a way to be fast. Like both his teammates, Michael McDowell, he's been great in that 71 car. He's been really good. He's top 20 in points, I'm pretty sure. And Carson Hocevar, who just is showing such raw pace. The finish is already there for Hocevar, but his speed is there. Number 7, Eric Jones. I have him scoring less points than John Hunter. Eric Jones is behind him in points. You would think that him being a veteran a veteran compared to John Hunter, you would think that he'd be doing better this season, especially with another year of Toyota under Legacy's belt. You'd think he'd be running better, but he just isn't. And, these mile and a halves are really, I think, going to be a struggle for these teams that the pace isn't there. Like, some of these more difficult tracks, like such a long race with long stages, they're most likely going to qualify outside the top 30, get lapped pretty quick. So I think we're going to see a lot of long days for these drivers. Number 6, Austin Dillon, he's shown some flashes of speed, very little bit. But man, RCR is struggling really bad. They don't have the pace. I think the mile and a halfs, they've really struggled at too. Except for Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch has been okay, but even then, if they lose track position, they don't have the cars to drive back through the field like other teams, like a Hendrick or a Gibbs. So Austin Dillon's number 6. This guy, number 5, I almost put him even lower or higher on the list, but I think there's going to be at least a couple races where he can keep it clean. One of his teammates has shown really good pace at mile and a halfs. At least last year, he won a mile and a half race last year at Darlington. Brad Keselowski. But the thing about Brad Keselowski, he has no pace. They're showing like 30th place pace most weeks. But it's Brad Keselowski. I don't doubt that they can switch it around. Good teammates behind him. Brad needs to stay out of trouble these next weeks and just try and get as many points as he can. But I don't feel confident in Brad Keselowski right now. He has had a really rough day at Talladega, out very early. Just their pace is so bad. I don't see him scoring that many points. So, but number 4, Shane Van Gisbergen. The only reason I don't have him past a couple people is because Mexico City. Honestly, he could probably be a little bit lower on the list. Probably more towards that Justin Haley. Really, the only saving grace in these next 7 races for Shane is Mexico City. But even there, Trackhouse has been not as strong this year. He wasn't in contention at all at COTA, which was very surprising. Knowing Shane, great road course racer. But surprisingly, COTA, he didn't show the speed that we all thought he would. Finishing, 8th or 9th, I think. So Trackhouse hasn't been, speed-wise, hasn't been great on the road courses, and he's really struggled at mile and a half and really all the other tracks other than road courses this season. Number 3, the man everybody has forgotten about, Riley Herbst. I don't even think Michael Jordan knows he's the third 2311 car. I don't think I've seen him on screen in like a year. Riley Herbst is somebody who has ran not great considering he has 2 teammates in the top 10 in points. He's in the 20s. I think he's in the 30s in points. He just hasn't shown any pace. We thought, he had some 17th place finishes, but other than that, pace-wise, there's nothing there, which is so surprising because his teammates are running great. So yeah, it's Riley Herbst. There's not much to say. He's just really slow. Number 2, Haas Factory Teams, number 41, Cole Custer. I think they thought that they'd have more pace, just being a one-car team, having Store Haas, but really they haven't. Really, the only place they've been in contention was the Daytona 500, and he kind of wrecked himself. So they just don't have pace. Like most of these guys down here, it's very self-evident why they aren't running good. Just small teams. But so yeah, Cole Custer, I gotta go. So, but number 1, the driver who will score the least amount of points in the next 7 races. This isn't surprising. Cody Ware. Cody Ware, out of all the races we've ran, which I think is 11 now, he has only scored 54 points. That's bad. He scored 50. He's on track to score less than 100 points by the time these next 7 races are done. So, he's only scored 54 points, which is a full 50 points behind the next car, which is Shane Van Gisbergen. So, I don't feel confident at all in Cody Ware to score any points, really. He's just been horrible this year. Had, I think 1 flash at Talladega or Daytona or at Atlanta. He was up there a little bit. But other than that, he's just been nowhere to be seen, which isn't surprising at all. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Go subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.